Hi, Danielle. Hi.
Oh, sorry, I'm on mute. How are you doing?
Good, thanks. How are you? Hi, Manaka.
And is this your actual background? Like, is there a real fire happening right now?
I saw. It is my real background. Yeah, that is my fire. Yeah.
That's so lovely.
And I put in a labor of love I actually built myself.
That's great.
Yeah. Hi, everybody. Thanks for coming. What can I tell you? I actually give a very brief resume of what the course plans to do. Would that be helpful? I'm not going to use the mural board because I think it's just too confusing, actually, because it splits our attention between two different places. And I'm happy to answer any questions. The course I'm running, it aims to explore the space between conscious and subconscious and bring the two into greater creative collaboration. It lasts 6 weeks, and we start off
Hey,
by.
let's see a little more lettering, please. I want to see a little more lettering.
I'm
Thank
sorry.
you.
I'm sorry about that.
Can't ignore it.
Yeah, I think we're going to have to ignore it. Okay. So we work to drain out accumulated stress, unprocessed memories, and conflicts. And that includes actually working with PTSD, phobia, and trauma, if necessary, with techniques for doing that. Each week is combined of a framing session at the beginning, which lasts about 15, 20 minutes. And that's quite open. So it's very interactive. I ask for questions and observations right the way through. There's then a 20 to 25-minute guided relaxation, which is designed to actually help open up particular areas of our contact with the subconscious. And then at the end, we go into looking at and discussing and exploring what has happened and what we're feeling, what we're thinking, and how that's developed and how it's worked for you. So I'm pretty good at doing it, if I say so myself, because I nearly got thrown out of school when I was 14 for hypnotizing my classmates during the lunch hour, which is just a little bit of background about me. So any questions that I can answer? Anything that you're particularly interested in knowing?
I'm personally curious and knowing, why you decided to start this course.
Okay.
What's behind this?
Well, I started liminal coaching about 7 years ago, and that was as a result of quite a long trajectory of different things. But one of the main questions I was trying to answer for myself was, why are most organizations pretty awful to work in? And I came to the conclusion that the reason for that is that most of us in those organizations are working from our limbic system or our primitive brain. And a lot of what we do, a lot of the way we respond to things is actually based on fear, although it's not, we don't necessarily consciously recognize that. And also that in my experience, there are very few of us who don't have one or two things from unresolved things which have happened in the past, which actually stand in the way of us being able to achieve what we want to do and move forward with our lives. And it seemed to me that it would be a really great thing to create what I call liminal coaching as a way of actually helping to deal with that. And it doesn't work in the same way as psychology or therapy, because in therapy you're saying usually the story is diagnose and prescribe. This is not about that. This is about actually explore and discover. So the course is designed to open up channels through which you can explore yourself and your own capabilities and develop them in the way that you want and come to your own conclusions about how it all fits together. If that makes sense.
Yeah, that's great.
So a lot of the work, I ask people to do little bits of stuff to follow up during the week. So each week you'll get a recording of a guided relaxation and ask you to listen to that while you're going to sleep for the next week, and keep an eye on what's happening and developing. So journaling is great. If you do that already, great. If you don't, then it's great to do, but you don't absolutely have to. And it builds up week after week. So in the first 3 weeks, we look at clearing a lot of stuff out, clearing the decks. We get rid of accumulated stress. We look at any trauma that may be going on. And by the way, when I say that, that doesn't mean that you have to talk about anything traumatic which has happened to you. You don't. It just provides you with a means of being able to deal with whatever that might be. In the third week, we look at the nature of beliefs, our own beliefs and how they create reality and how we can change them and allow them to dissolve if they don't serve us. So, for example, you might have a belief like I'm not good enough to do X or whatever it might be. That's a pretty good belief to be able to let go of. And then after that, having cleared the decks in the first 3 weeks, we then start looking at more interesting stuff about connecting with intuition. What is intuition? How does it work? How can we refine it and make it work better? And in the final session, we actually look at states of flow states, and how those result from all of these things actually coming together. So the idea is, first of all, to kind of clear the decks and then actually allow your subconscious to speak more clearly to you, to us. I think of it as being like a kind of dance where there should be a reciprocal relationship, but because of various things that happen when we're socialized, when we're brought up and so on, that relationship can get distorted. So part of this is designed to allow that to come back into its proper state.
So can I speak? I know we don't have much time.
Please do.
So I see in myself a difficulty to create a vision, and I think that might be coming from a sense of fear or limiting beliefs. So what I'm hearing from you, this seems to be serving also my needs.
Yeah.
I was just curious about the timing, because it's such a deep thing. I'm 40 years old. So it's a 40-year-old experience. How does working this in 6 weeks actually support me?
Well, actually, you can achieve an enormous amount in 6 weeks. I have a lot of clients who come to one-to-one sessions and are surprised to find that they only need 4 sessions to actually get through some fairly major blocks and problems and get on with what they want to do. I'm pretty proud of that. So I think that you would find